Good evening and a very warm welcome to Wednesday night's edition of Primetime News. I'm Selima Shimwe-Feleni. Leading this evening's bulletin, United States Ambassador to Namibia, Lisa Johnson, met President Dr. Hage Geingob earlier today to discuss areas of cooperation between the United States of America and Namibia. Johnson recently returned from Washington, D.C., where she had engagements on the Biden administration priority areas, which include multilateralism re-engagement in international institutions, re-engagement with African partners, and a renewed focus on issues including human rights, racial equity, climate change, clean energy, and global health.
I've just returned from Washington, D.C., where I met with new officials in the new Biden administration, and we talked about the Biden administration's priorities and how they intersect with the work we're doing here in Namibia and Africa and as a whole. And those priorities include multilateralism as an approach, re-engagement in international institutions, re-engagement with our partners in Africa, and really a renewed focus on issues that affect us all: human rights, racial equity, climate change, clean energy, and global health, and certainly COVID. And we did talk also about COVID-19 here in Namibia and the assistance the United States has been providing since day one, since before even the first COVID-19 case was registered in Namibia. We were providing technical assistance, hiring healthcare workers, helping get Namibia's healthcare system ready to respond to COVID-19. On the vaccine question, we did talk about this. And U.S. support at the moment, our approach is multilateral. It's supporting the COVAX facility, which will help over 100 countries, including Namibia, get vaccines, including those that arrived last Friday, which were purchased by Namibia. The U.S. has contributed $2 billion to COVAX so far, U.S. dollars, and will contribute $2 billion more to help ensure broad, equitable distribution of vaccines. Production is ramping up. We are working very hard on that. The United States, President Biden understands we don't defeat COVID until we defeat it everywhere. It is not just about vaccinating Americans. America has suffered greatly from this pandemic, as have many countries. And as we're more confident about the vaccines we have available in America, we will start making them available across the world as well. And ramping up production is a huge part of that. The other thing we talked about was trade. Last week I had the very exciting moment of seeing off the first charcoal shipment to the United States of Namibian charcoal, which an international body has called and termed the greenest charcoal in the world. It's made from acacia wood, which is encroaching bush, which destroys rangelands for cattle, for wildlife. I think Americans are going to love this product. It's environmentally sustainable. They're helping Namibia, helping wildlife. It's also going to be well priced, and it burns evenly, it burns fast, it burns hot. I think Americans will love it. The marketing is great. And it's going to be in some very great stores in the United States. Sam's Club, which is part of the Walmart group, one of the biggest retail distributors in the world. So we're very excited about that initial shipment. And as I've said before, in the past year, we've ensured Namibian beef, then Namibian beer with Windhoek Lager, and now charcoal reaches the United States so Americans can have a proper bride.
The Electoral Commission of Namibia, ECN, will spend about $2 million Namibian dollars to train and deploy election officials to register voters and for the subsequent polling process in the Opuwo rural constituency. The Electoral Commission of Namibia is preparing to conduct a by-election in July following the death of Popular Democratic Movement councillor Werikuwa Kakuva on 4 April 2021. Speaker of the National Assembly, Peter Kachavivi, on Tuesday, while motivating the $72.4 million Namibian dollars ECN budget, said $14.6 million Namibian dollars has been allocated for the administration of elections.
ECN is currently preparing to conduct a by-election in the Opuwo rural constituency following the death of the Honorable Werikuwa Kakuva on the 4th of April 2021. ECN will thus be expected to recruit and train and deploy election officials to conduct registration of voters for the consequence during the course of the polling process. The conduct of the aforementioned by-election will cost approximately $2,086,000 Namibian dollars. For 2020 to 21 financial year, ACN has been allocated a total amount of $72,419,000 Namibian dollars as its operational budget. Out of the total of $45,520,000 Namibian dollars has been allocated for personnel expenditure and $26,899,000 Namibian dollars or non-personnel expenditure. The Commission will focus on enhancing its business processes by implementing innovative solutions, and will conduct a detailed review of its logistics management, stock register, and biometric voters registration system in order to ensure greater operational efficiency in conduct of electoral processes.
Namibian Police Force Kunene Regional Commander James Nderura said an internal investigations team will be deployed to Korigas after a video went viral of a police officer assaulting a woman. In an interview with the Namibia Press Agency on Tuesday, Nderura said it was too early to give further comment. In the video circulating on social media, a police officer is seen slapping a woman while another officer drags the woman across the floor. The woman was released on a bail of $200 Namibian on Tuesday. The incident occurred at the Korigas police station on Monday. The Kavango East region received its first consignment of Sinopharm and AstraZeneca doses for the COVID-19 vaccination program. The region received 7,983 Sinopharm and 2,880 AstraZeneca vaccine doses. This was revealed at the launch of the vaccination program in the region on Tuesday, held at the Rundu Intermediary Hospital. Speaking to the Namibia Press Agency, Regional Health Director Timi Angwira said the region received its first consignment last week and is expected to receive another batch either this week or next week. She explained that the consignments will cover part of the Kavango West region population, since some of the areas still fall under the Rundu district, such as Mupini, Kapako, Mile 10 and Ngaute. We will be back shortly after the news roundup. The Anti-Corruption Commission ACC, which has for years complained about its precarious financial position, will fight tooth and nail to bring those involved in high-profile cases to justice, including the fish rot scandal. National Assembly Speaker Peter Kachavivi, when he tabled the ACC's $73.9 million Namibian budget for the 2021-2022 financial year on Tuesday, said the fish rot corruption case is not the only high-profile case that the ACC is seized with. The Economics Roundup is up next. Stand by for Shalva Wells with tonight's sports update.
Good evening and thank you for joining us on Sport Planet. I'm Shalva Wells. We kick off with the proposed European Super League. The two Milan Giants and Atletico Madrid followed all 6 English Premier League clubs in pulling out of the European Super League today, dealing a fatal blow to the project. The withdrawals by Manchester City, Manchester United, Liverpool, Arsenal, Chelsea and Tottenham came just 48 hours after the league's unveiling late on Sunday, following a furious response from the fans and officials. The three Italian clubs involved, Juventus, AC Milan and Inter Milan, admitted defeat, and La Liga leaders Atletico Madrid also pulled out. Real Madrid and Barcelona, the last of the initial group of 12 clubs to sign up, have yet to make any comment, but the project in its current form is dead in the water. Athletes expressed relief and vowed to continue the fight for reforms after a jury in Minnesota found a former police officer guilty in the May 2020 death of George Floyd. Derek Chauvin was convicted of second-degree murder, third-degree murder and second-degree manslaughter on Tuesday, nearly 11 months after he knelt on Floyd's neck and back for more than 9 minutes during an arrest. Floyd's death sparked outrage across the United States, with athletes across multiple sports among those who called for justice. Tuesday's verdict in Minneapolis provided a measure of progress, and sports figures, teams and leagues spoke out after the ruling. Basketball star LeBron James's reaction was among the most succinct as he tweeted simply accountability. Boxing legend Mike Tyson tweeted, "Guilty, justice served." While similar expressions of relief were common, most continued to lament the crime that sparked the case. Schalke players were met with massive aggression from a group of fans following their relegation from the Bundesliga late Tuesday, police have said. 2 players were reportedly kicked while other fans threw eggs and shouted insults. The squad had just suffered a 1-0 defeat to Arminia Bielefeld, which confirmed relegation, and were confronted by fans on their return to Gelsenkirchen. Schalke said there had been a confrontation in which unidentified individuals overstepped boundaries that are non-negotiable. Stand by for your sports roundup. That's all the news we had for you today. If you are new to our channel, please subscribe, like, share and click on the notifications bell to stay up to date with the latest happenings. From me, Shalva Wells, and the entire Nampa team, good night.